Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Look, Wrestling 101, classes in session. Pay attention to the teachings, that's from Andrew and Derek. I mean, these guys making a killing with no competition. Dynamic duo better than the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Everybody make some noise, mess with them, you get destroyed. They cannot be beat, take a seat. Watch them do they thing on the MIC. Face defeat, they cannot be seen like JC. Oh my goodness, it's a killing spree.
Yo, this is Anthony Henry, Evolve Star, and you are listening to Wrestling IQ 101.
Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Wrestling IQ 101. I'm Andrew, and alongside Derek.
Yep.
And you can listen to Wrestling IQ 101 right here on YouTube or typing in Wrestling IQ 101 on iTunes. You'll see our own banner. You'll see past episodes, new episodes, this episode. And of course, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And today, we are sitting with a bunch of people. Yeah. We're sitting with the Brotein Pack.
What's up, bro?
TJ Blade.
Bro.
Mike Seaway. We're sitting here with D1 since day one, Corey Dillinger.
What's up?
And Rich Reed, man. How's it going?
Yeah, man.
You don't have a moniker? You're just Rich Reed? You know what I mean?
The people's voice.
Oh,
see, there you go. I knew he had something.
Voice, all right? He's also
Rich.
the
Jamaican accent going on there, too. I heard that, too.
Rich Reed. Man, this is awesome. So we have a couple of people here, all associated with UWA Elite, all associated with pro wrestling and branching out to other places. So what's going on, guys? You know, how's it been since the last time we started? We'll start with the Brotein Pack.
Things have been good. We broke up. We didn't break up. We took some time apart, focusing on singles careers. Is that a better way of saying it?
Yes.
TJ was rocking the championship for a while. I was doing other things. But we're back as tag champs, back to teaming up, and we're putting on some good matches.
It feels great to be back together, you know? It fits like a glove.
Teaming again. We're not back.
Yeah.
Back together implies we broke it up.
Yeah. Actively having tag team matches.
Yes, actively having tag team matches.
It's kind of like the New Day, right? I mean,
100%.
Kofi went his own way for a little bit, but he was still part of the New Day.
Exactly,
Yeah, sure.
just like that.
It's crazy. Yeah. It sounds like you're saying TJ is better than Mike. That's what
I
heard.
No.
That's what he said. I don't want to start anything.
I read that on the internet.
I don't want to start anything.
I think Dave Meltzer said that too, actually. You know,
Oh man.
Man.
You know, one thing I like about you guys though is like no matter what, you guys are just like really like brothers. Like I'm still waiting on the heel turn from one of you guys.
Nope.
But it's like it's not happening. It's just not happening. You guys, you make up. You know, you're still cool at the end of the day. I like it.
Everybody always at it's never gonna happen. It's never going to happen.
That's gonna be a sad day.
I don't know.
It's never going to happen.
Never say never in wrestling, man.
You're right.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it right now, and I agree with you. You know, fan of my life, but I'm telling you, it's never gonna happen.
So Rich, last time we saw you, man, you know, how have you been, man?
Hey, man. I've been great. It's the same old thing, and I've been hitting the gym trying to look like Seaway. So
I've been trying to do that for years.
yeah.
You don't need to try very hard. I
Start
promise.
getting new suits soon, man. They're not fitting me quite the same, but
Well, it was nice sitting with you this past Saturday at UWA Elite. You know, I got to see how you view the matches sometimes and stuff like that. So it was pretty interesting to see your perspective. You had the best seat in the house.
well, actually, you provided that seat for me because they were all taken. And you were like, dude, sit down. I'm like, yeah.
NWO sold out.
Yeah. Hey, Corey, man, since you've been here last, I mean, whole new spectrum of things for you, right?
Yeah, whole new. I'm lost for words, man. A lot of things been going on for me, good and bad, and it's just a journey. I'm loving it.
Sure.
I always like when I see you. You always have like fresh ideas. You're always telling me about things you want to do. It's always good convo with you, and I always like that about you. You try to stay innovative and like always like evolving, and I always respected that about you for sure.
I definitely appreciate that. Really do.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things that help you stand out, you know, for sure. And it's awesome to see where you're going because you've done some incredible things at WrestlePro, and
yeah. That was a shocker. I converted over to WrestlePro.
I didn't know that.
Back in the beginning of 2019, and I had some very interesting trial matches. I got to wrestle Fallah Bahh. That was definitely an eye-opener for me. I actually got to wrestle somebody that was on my bucket list in the Indies when I first started, which is actually TJ Crawford, and we tore that up on the first match, so I'm happy about it. And I got to debut on the main roster show for the dark match. So that and actually pick up the win. So that's actually was something I really just still marinated in, but I can't stop. I gotta figure out something to keep myself relevant.
Yeah,
Sure. I mean, T.J. Crawford, man, and what a great opponent to be, looking across the ring with, right?
Tell me, like, I remember when I first started, he was with a trio called the Beach Bums, and when I looked at it, I was like, that guy's gonna evolve somewhere, and I want to be there when he does it.
Yeah, he was involved in that.
And I got lucky. I got grateful for it.
Sure. And
Now, as far as, with all you guys, I know, last time, we talked to you guys, we always ask, what is each other's goals? You know what I mean? So, kind of from the point where, we talked to you guys like a year ago, are the goals still the same? Or do you guys, are they different? Like what are you guys all, individual goals that you guys want to accomplish with wrestling in general?
Well, I definitely, of course, the dream, the cliche, I want to be in WWE, but all I can say is that my focus and my passion is a lot greater during this interview than the last one that you did to me. Of course, I didn't express it during the interview, but I don't know, I lost some of my passion, and, I was just starting to feel tired and jaded of the whole thing, and now I'm just feeling just anything goes wherever it takes me, and I'm just more passionate to go to each show. And your interview actually rejuvenated some of that passion that I thought I had lost.
well, you do appreciate that, man. And it's always great seeing you in that ring, man. Seeing you announce people, whether whether you're at backstage or whether you're in front of the crowd. I mean, it always looks like you're giving 100%, and we're glad to see that you found that spark again, because we love seeing you.
No, I thank you guys a whole lot, and you guys are always supportive of everyone in the industry. I always appreciate that.
Try to be.
Yeah, we try to be.
We need that 10% when you get famous, right?
We said fuck money.
That's what we're waiting on. We need
Hashtag
somebody
fuck money. Man, but the Brotein guys are here, Brotein Pack. So let's talk about it. We were talking about Elimination Chamber, right? I mean, you guys watched it, right?
Yeah, we did.
It was pretty interesting show, right? I mean,
Yes.
they left out all the big stars pretty much. It was a really weird show. Like, there was no Roman Reigns, there was no Bray Wyatt.
It was a mid-card pay-per-view.
Yeah, there was
Right?
tons and tons of their main stars weren't on.
Yeah, but they still had Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and The Undertaker. So, I mean, there was some moments of... I thought it was pretty well for if that's the glimpse of the future of WWE, I think it looks pretty bright with guys like Drew Gulak, right?
Absolutely.
It's very, very well done. And for anyone that says that WWE doesn't know their audience, the pay-per-view was in Philly last night, and they put on a phenomenal wrestling pay-per-view, which the Philly crowd really wants to see. And you had your no DQ match, which, EC-dub. And, you had the women's main event on International Women's Day. So,
I was kind of hoping for some light tubes like GCW.
You only give so much.
It's still PG, bro.
You give so much.
Oh, man. There's some flaming tables, right? You can do that still, right?
The funny thing with all of this is that Elimination Chamber is kind of like what fans asked for, but they were still upset that's what they got. Like this is what they asked to push new stars, to give good wrestling matches. Like, I feel like we got like all of that last night. The only thing that it wasn't like name value. It wasn't name value. You don't think so? Nah, man.
No, you gotta save
The tag match I
They're
thought was
saving that.
amazing.
Tag match was awesome.
The women's match, I thought it could have been
That could have
planned better.
Yeah.
That was not good. I didn't like the way how they did that.
How we all wrestle. All our goal is, the producer and the promoter's job is to give the fans a roller coaster.
Yeah.
They legit gave us everything, and then all of a sudden we're going downhill and it just stopped. Like, what just happened? It's not supposed to happen.
You know how it is, though. I feel like with the main event, I think Shayna lost some of her buzz. I was telling
a swerve.
Yeah.
I think she lost some of her buzz heading up to it. I kind of told Andrew, like, for me, I think she's a good wrestler, but I think she's kind of boring, to be honest. Like,
I totally get what you're saying.
I think she's kind of boring.
Yes.
So I think they were just like, they needed to do something. So they were like, we're going to make her look strong. She's going to destroy everybody. and then we're building up for her and Becky at WrestleMania. But it's like for us, it was like, what is this? She stood in the ring for like 4 out of the 5 minutes in between pods open.
They could have booked Shayna versus Asuka, and that's all they needed.
They could have left that.
That's
right.
Because that's all I wanted to see, and that's what they built up to.
Yeah.
And I'm more ticked off because the fact it was so short.
Yeah.
Like Asuka is a tag champion. She's a former NXT champion.
She was
so
undefeated like 2 years ago.
So the fact that from all that she takes 4 minutes. I think it was 4 minutes.
But that's the point. Shayna Baszler took her out in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So like that's the story.
Yeah.
That the whole point of that was for the Baszler Becky story.
I think we can all agree.
Yeah, build someone
up
up
gave
just
us
to be
credibility still in
for
the
someone else.
essence of it.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree it should be a triple threat match for WrestleMania. It should be Becky, Shayna, and Kelly, right?
They're gonna say Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan too. That's what I was thinking.
Kelly.
Liv Morgan too.
That's my
Poor Kelly.
WCW. So
Oh boy.
Poor Kelly.
Congrats.
she's amazing.
One thing they should have did is when somebody gets eliminated and nobody's in the ring, just open up the next pod.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying that.
Like, why are we waiting for
No, you
counting
gotta
down
wait
these
the
minutes?
5 minutes. You
Like,
gotta
Titan time.
one of the people I was with that we was watching the show. They were like, "Why don't you just open the pod?" It's like a Royal Rumble. I told you, I was trying to explain to
Yeah,
you.
but 5 minutes is a long time.
But it's all like you just have to understand. It's just they didn't think this through. That's all I really feel. They didn't think this through.
And you know what the weirdest part was too? Sometimes it didn't even feel like 5 minutes. Sometimes it felt like 10 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
like,
It was nothing happened.
the intervals were kind of weird this time around. I was there for the first one.
In
and that was
2002?
amazing. Yeah, that was amazing.
Nice.
That was really cool.
Wait, you didn't see the picture of him going?
He was there last night. I mean,
Did you do that last time too?
No, I didn't do that last
Oh,
time.
you
This is
did?
my first time
Oh,
doing that because we're going.
We're
going,
to
yeah.
WrestleMania.
So I can't wait.
Enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
see you
going.
there.
Watch out for
Are
the
you gonna be
corona.
there?
Yeah.
Nice. So we can all get coronavirus together.
Too soon? No, I got those gloves right on the flight.
Oh man. I hear you on that.
So guys, what do you guys have in common that people wouldn't necessarily know about you guys? Is there a show that you guys like to watch besides wrestling? Is there, music that you guys have in common?
we have nothing in common.
Nothing in
Other
common.
than the gym. Other than the gym for us. Me and the bros.
No, the four guys you have here, I think the number one thing we have in common is our drive.
Yeah.
What we want. We want to be better. We want to perform. We want to, keep doing what we're doing. I think that's the number one thing.
You hit the nail on the
So
confidence.
4 of the nicest guys in the locker room.
Us too. I was gonna say, just giving that little speech right there. You know who you remind me of, man?
I don't like where this is going.
Captain America, man.
What were you following?
I'm a man of the people,
Peter right there.
I believe in people.
Does that make me Iron Man?
Well,
makes you Bucky, mother.
Just put me over once.
Yeah, but I definitely agree that the drive is what we have definitely in common, and we always try to feed off each other, either if it's indirectly or directly. Personally,
Yeah.
There's a lot of times I saw matches from these guys, and I'm just like, this is why I was actually tagging with Hedges, and I was like, you know what, I gotta figure out a way to top these guys. I can't just sit here because not only that I'm doing competition for them, trying to get the title at the time, but I just also want to have a reason to say, hey, I can do just as good as these guys as they do right now.
Yeah.
Well, at the time.
Let me ask you a question though, because you and Hedges, right? You guys said you would never break up. You guys were gonna never lose the tag team titles, right?
I know where this is going.
You would never turn on each other like somebody else said in this room.
Yeah.
How dare you compare us? How dare you?
Correction was, there's no proof of me saying that I would never ever. Well, technically, I never crossed him. That's what it is. He crossed me.
Okay, sure.
But at the
Sure.
same time, it was business. So when that incident happened, it was business, and we try to grow a friendship out of that business. And sometimes when business is more than friendship, somebody's gonna get greedy.
Sure. But how is it? You're teaming with somebody for a while, and then you just go your own way. Is that kind of hard?
Yeah, Shawn Michaels. In the barbershop.
That's a good perspective. For me, it was actually hard at first, but because of how it happened, it was easier. Sometimes it's different when your partner gets injured and you have to go on your own, or they're ill, or they have to step away for personal reasons. But because the fact he got greedy, it just made me go back to saying, you know what, I just gotta be on my own and prove my self-worth. That's it.
How's that working out for you?
I think it's pretty bad.
Say his win-loss record isn't too great lately, but
To your credit, Corey, you've been in championship matches since breaking up with hedges and stuff like that. And I mean, you're holding your own pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I'm holding my own, but like, let's be honest. At the end of the day, if I'm having title opportunity at the title opportunity and I'm always falling short, that means there's something wrong. So that means that I got some soul searching or basically some soul searching or some type of evolve, wink, to be doing soon. So.
Yeah, we can't wait to see, man. I can't wait to see what you have in store for people.
Well, y'all gonna be in Tampa, so I might see it then.
All right.
That'd be nice. Let's see you running in the ring. That's what you're telling us? What's going on?
Yeah, well, if listening to Corey, guys, does that maybe put things in perspective that maybe you guys could break up, or sometimes the bond?
It is not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen. Here, let me tell you.
I would jump in between this before that ever happened.
I was just reminiscing because I was thinking about like we were going solo and TJ was UWA Elite champion, but like after he won the title, I was the first guy in the ring, and I hugged him and I congratulated him. At any point where TJ needed me, like TJ was fighting Nicholas K, he needed a tree, I got him the tree, And he was getting jumped by Joey Adams. I was there every time he needed. He was the champion, but I was there anytime he needed me.
Sure.
And and there were times where I needed him, and I don't think he was ever there. But it's besides the point.
Mutual support.
That's how the big brother's the little brother, right?
Yes.
And it's weird because you guys have been through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows since teaming up, and it's good to see that you guys have managed to stay together all this time. But yeah, I mean, if you win the championship in the future, Mike, are you going to be jealous, TJ?
No, of course not, bro. Seaway wasn't jealous when I won the belt. Why would I be jealous of him? I'll be proud of him.
TJ did it first.
Another jump in to answer that question. It's not an if, it's when.
That is true.
Technically, I believe you already had singles gold already.
Yeah.
I was twice actually. I was an I champion and an Ironman champion.
Exactly. So the fact that it matter is like he has that taste and he's never going to be jealous of it, because even though he had his own, he was appreciative. I remember in the back when he came in the back, he was the first one to shake his hand, hug him, and applaud. So me personally, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, Brotein Pack is a movement, man. I don't see it going anywhere anytime
What
soon.
an emotional night that was too when you won.
Wink, wink. I was actually trying to be part of the Protein Pack.
Are you trying to get in?
Yeah.
Everybody's in the gym, man. You see Rich in the gym, man?
Rich has always been my bro. I don't know if you guys. Rich was my replacement. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like I was the ring announcer, and Rich replaced me. And like so, from day one, Rich has always been like I've always been Rich has been my bro. Even when he was starting at the beginning, not that I was an expert, but I gave him my opinion on his style and stuff he did in the ring. He was good. And look at him now. Rich is amazing.
He has fantastic style. When he gets in the ring, Rich, you always present yourself like A+ man on
phenomenal.
style. So that's true. Even when you're not wrestling in the ring announcing, you got impeccable style.
Hey, thanks, bro.
I'll tell you right now, he's the best dressed guy at this table.
I was about to say that. The wrestlers look like bums. He's the only one dressed nice.
Look at that watch. Look at that.
Iced out, man.
I do have some collar and elbow on, so if you want to head over there and use our promo code.
I like that.
They buy an ad spot.
WIQ 101.
They buy ad spot, yeah.
There was a question y'all asked us before about anything else in common. Me and Rich actually been on road trips in the past.
Like 10 times about.
Yeah?
Yeah, and one thing that we did not know we actually had in common is our taste in music. Surprisingly, that threw me off.
Kesha?
Yeah, Backstreet Boys. No,
That's what I listen to.
Take it away, Rich.
yeah, man, we love our gangster rap music, and
Alright.
and we love everything from like. We laugh like it's a joke, but it's true. Like everything from like the '90s, Dr. Dre to whatever's current right now.
In between the Tech Nine
Just the way you said that. We love our gangster rap.
That's what
I know.
Who's gonna say it?
Oh, man. It's a good choice.
Like, true,
But yeah, go on.
yeah, like true story. I'm sorry to put you on blast.
Uh-oh.
He has a fear of bridges, and I remember true story. We're driving.
What a dick.
I'm a nice guy, but
I take back 3 of the nicest guys in the locker room.
There we go.
how you doing?
No.
But anyway,
Oh, it's hot. I'd bite your nose off.
but no, but he
that's
didn't
irrational.
tell. No, but it's very rational. But he didn't tell me.
Oh.
So by the time we're driving, we get to the toll where the bridge is. We're heading to South Jersey. He's like, Corey, give me. I'm like, yeah, what's up? Can we switch? Huh? What? Oh, you tired? I'm like, no. I just can't do bridge. I'm like, what do you mean can't do bridge? I can't drive with bridges.
I think I told you a little bit more in advance, but
the funny part is,
I'm just getting this mental.
He didn't realize.
Just stopping at the end of
But
the
the one thing he
bridge
didn't
again.
realize that every time he said that, he rode a bridge.
yeah.
Oh wow.
He brought he did. I literally tried to trick him to always drive over the bridge, and I don't think he has that fear anymore. In my knowledge, or at least it's controlled.
It's better.
Yeah, I mean, it fluctuates. It's just, I don't know. We all have our thing.
Hey, we all.
I guess.
Yeah,
That's good though,
hey,
man.
I hear you.
You don't. I don't like birds. You
I'm
don't like
not a
bridges.
bad
You know
guy.
our thing.
Oh,
You don't like.
You don't like
Stop.
birds.
I don't like birds.
Dang. So
Take that back, TJ.
So when it
I'm
comes,
taking it back.
Oh, my goodness.
Four of the nicest guys in the
who are
line.
the nicest guys?
hey, man.
So when it comes to UWA, you guys have all played your part there, and the company has meant a lot to each of you guys here. Just talk about like some of those experiences and what it has meant to you guys from like the day one you got there to like right now.
Day one is H. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Speaking of day one, just to go back on what Seaway was saying, is actually the first ever UWA Elite show where they gave me the ball and put me in the main event against Arcady. Actually, Seaway was the ring announcer for that show, so we've been, not, by planning it out, but we've been together for, those key moments.
Well, I was there. We weren't really together,
I'm
but
saying,
like,
you were there. Though.
I was
You were
at
there,
ringside when you had that match. It was
Yeah,
all-
and you were right there, in that moment with
Yes.
me. And who knew years later, we'd be still sharing moments like that in the UWA Elite.
I think the first time you were going through something and I reached out to you on through, I don't know if you remember this, but through Facebook Messenger, you were going through a breakup and I reached out to you. We weren't close by any means, but I think I had gone through a breakup not too long before. So I just kind of reached out to you to tell you just things get better. But you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Get a tattoo of that.
They do. Things
You
get
guys seen
better.
Memento?
Yeah.
Okay, then you
Well, I've
get
heard
the
of
joke. All right.
But no, but UWA, I mean, I was a ring announcer. I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing right now. Never thought it was attainable. I was a skinny kid, and I left. I went to wrestling school, and the rest is history. It was timing was everything. We ended up teaming up together, and
We've told the story 1,000 times that we didn't think it was gonna work. That it was just kind of something thrown together.
But before you know it, I bold statement, but I think the Brotein Pack is the heart and soul of UWA. We are a huge, if not the part, one of the biggest parts of it.
Yeah.
I think you guys are all part.
Sure, of course.
I think, yeah, Rich. You guys just alluded to it before, listening to gangster rap. Was there something that you guys, between the Brotein Pack, that you didn't know that you guys like, and now you're obsessed with it or something like that?
I like gangster rap.
Everybody likes gangster rap.
Yeah, but you guys have your own thing, when you're on the
Gangsta
road to
songs.
something like that.
Yeah, I think
Gangsta.
he pretty much hates everything I like and
Oh,
vice
yeah?
versa. So.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Hey, watch this show. It's funny. No, dude, that's not even funny. Watch this show. It's funny. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah, no,
I
TV,
don't get it.
music, TV shows we disagree on. I love superhero stuff. He likes garbage.
Oh, I guess we can relate. We like to go see movies.
Oh yeah, no, we like going to the movies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I love going to the movies.
Is there a certain genre?
I'll watch it.
I'll see
man.
everything.
I got
Everything.
the A-list pass.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, check it out and just.
TJ used to be a
sometimes you get
Tuesday
a
night
good
guy.
movie, sometimes you get a real stinker. And
Did you guys see Star Wars?
I've never seen Star
I'm
Wars.
not a Star Wars
No.
fan
No.
at
Did you
all.
see Star Wars?
That's what we have in common.
Did you see it?
I haven't seen it since episode 1.
I've seen the last Star Wars.
Yeah.
I actually lost a bet and I had to go watch it. So.
Yeah. What did you think of the last Star Wars?
To a girl or a guy?
Both.
Wait, what?
Carry on.
I'll get to that story later. Anyway, but when I first saw it,
I don't know if I want to know that story.
it was simple. But the movie to me, the one thing about it's formatted the right way. So if you don't know anything about Star Wars, it actually gives you pieces to catch on.
Sure.
But other than that, I was trying to stay up. I literally took 2 Red Bulls to stay up because it's so long.
Yeah, it's
The movie is so long, bro.
Well, I watched The Mandalorian, so now I consider myself a fan of the Star Wars. You know, like
Yeah.
I basically am a Star Wars fan now because of The Mandalorian.
To me, like Star Wars movies are like the Air Jordans. There was a time when one came out, it was an event.
Yeah.
But now it comes out like every month, and now it's.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it feels like that.
Hey, just be happy your birthday's not on Star Wars Day, okay?
Your birthday's on what's Star Wars? Oh, you're May 4th?
Wait.
Come on.
Oh man.
It's not bad.
You know how
Yeah,
bad
pretty
it
cool.
Like, look, nobody until when I got to
You sent
college.
them
That's when
tomorrow.
everybody was like, "Oh, it's your birthday? Hey, May the 4th be with you." I'm like, what is that? Like, you never heard it? No. And then two of my friends I met, that's how I got the bet. They want to make sure I watched the movie.
Oh man.
Yeah, well, on this show, every episode, Andrew has to talk about Star Wars at least one time in Virgil. So he's already checked off both of those.
All right.
So,
Wait,
They
who,
hit our
Virgil?
mark.
yeah,
Oh,
Virgil.
yeah.
That's why
Oh,
I said
yeah.
the fuck money. That's
Yeah.
why.
Now we get a hashtag.
He's the GOAT, man. That's my favorite.
I agree.
I follow him on Instagram. His Instagram is hilarious.
He's the
bro.
man. He really is. And he's Jewish. You know him and Colt Cabana.
Jesus.
Is it really?
He really?
Yeah, he's Jewish.
No,
Colt
no,
Cabana.
no, don't believe
Colt
him.
Cabana is very Jewish.
He's
No,
a troll.
no,
Virgil's a troll. Don't listen to either
And
one of
Stone
them.
Cold's a Muslim.
I don't know about that, but I just know Virgil. He likes having Passover dinner with Colt Cabana.
You know,
I mean, what's
you know something that's funny too is you said you like Virgil's Instagram, right? He doesn't even have a phone. He has no phone.
Do you run, Andrew? Do you run his
Yeah,
He
Instagram?
doesn't have a phone. No phone.
He has no phone.
It's a house
Actually,
phone.
It's
I think
He doesn't have a cell
Made
phone.
his account.
Are you kidding
No
me?
phone.
No,
This
it's-
man made his account, bro. This is not gonna make a
No
fake account.
phone.
you know, it was like hilarious.
There's
So
no phone.
Are you
he
serious?
has like a handler,
100%,
right?
yeah.
And we saw his handler at
It's his account though. It's his account.
At,
It's legit his account.
we met his handler through standalone wrestling,
I want a handler.
right? So.
Danny
So
Manuel.
then we went for dinner with the stars, and of course, like there's Victoria, there's like Demolition. And I was like, we're sitting with Virgil, and Derek's like, and the way he's shaking his head now was pretty much like he's like really, and I'm like, oh yeah.
This is when a heel turn is gonna happen. Between us.
So
Because
like,
also no, set it up. Tell him prior to that.
oh yeah.
So we get to set up an interview. So we talk to Chad. You know.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, who do you guys want to talk to? He's talking to Andrew,
yeah.
and I don't know anything about this. Right?
Oh, no.
who do you want to talk to? And I'm talking. He had all these guys. Now,
Bullet
probably
Club.
not realistic. Bullet Club. There's Sting. There's
Kelly
Goldberg.
Kelly.
There's all these people here.
Could have talked to any of them.
Virgil.
Oh yeah.
That's what he
Without a
said.
doubt.
Out of all of them, I was like, are you serious, bro? Like, are you serious? I wasn't mad.
I wish I was able to record that.
I was just like, are you serious?
What did he say when you said Virgil?
No, like,
knew he
I
was
can
gonna
definitely
say
make that happen.
So
man.
like, well, so like,
Do you think you were kidding?
No, he had like we were talking and we were gonna do another one and things fell through, and then he was like to help promote the Boardwalk Beatdown. And I'm like, oh shit, you got Virgil? And he's like, yeah, you want to talk to them? And I'm like, yeah. And that was
Says,
it.
oh, did you talk to Derek about this?
Yeah. He said something like that. So anyway, so he has a handler, and we're sitting with Virgil at this dinner, and it was awesome. It was like a dream come
It's
true.
true. It was cool.
You
It
know.
was cool. It was really
And
How was
so
the food?
the food was, food was pretty good. So then what happened was at WrestleCon, I ran into them. I was standing online. I was waiting to get in, and
Was Virgil standing in line to get into?
yeah, what happened was Virgil didn't have a table, and his handler was there, and he started talking to me, and I told him that I was pretty sick, and all this other stuff, and we were catching up, and he was like, "I'm glad to see you're doing okay," and then he left.
The handler or Virgil?
Yeah, the handler. He
Okay.
just left. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go. He's like, I gotta take this phone call or something like that." And so Virgil comes over to me. He goes, "Where's my buddy?" And I'm like, "I don't know." He said, "Yeah, take a phone call." So he's like, "I'm trying to get a table," and I'm like, "That makes sense." So he's like, "Come with me," and I'm like, "I just can't walk through the doors of WrestleCon with you before." You know, I'm like, he's like, "Bro, come with me," and I'm like, "Yeah." What am I thinking? Why am I saying no to Virgil? So like we're walking through like the convention and stuff like that, and it was like the greatest thing ever. We like stopped off. It was like Zeb Coulter. It was like Tony Atlas and like somebody else, and they're all saying hi to and they're all saying hi to each other, and they're like, oh, they're all like shaking hands, and everyone's just looking at me, and they're like, I don't think we know you, and I'm like, yeah, you guys don't know me. So I introduced myself, and then we started walking around. I started walking around with Virgil as he was looking around for a table.
You got
and-
promoted to handler.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like that doesn't sound like
I was hoping that's where the story was going. You got promoted.
No, I didn't. But it was just great. Like just walking around the convention for like 10 minutes with Virgil, and then I finally saw like Mike Orlando, and I was like, "Yo, you see my dad?" And he's like, "No, where is he?" I'm like, I kept pointing to like Virgil, and he's like, "That's not your dad." And then I saw him like just like doing his classic Virgil like pandering at the table, and I was like, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" So
he's a very cool dude. Besides, like, you know,
Aside of the pandering.
sometimes he gets a bad rep, but you know,
Yeah.
like actually hanging with him that time we spent with him.
yeah, he's awesome.
He's a really cool dude.
I can imagine.
Cool.
Yeah, so like I got to sneak into WrestleCon with Virgil, so that was awesome. And I helped him get a table.
So we're telling stories. All right, I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna make it quick too. So at Boardwalk Beatdown, same event, great event. So we're there that same dinner with Virgil and Victoria's there. We all know Victoria, WWE legend, diva.
Yeah.
So we're there. We're doing
that was good.
a live interview with her.
I want that booty.
And we're doing a live interview with her, and on Instagram Live, and she was saying, we was just saying something, and I was like, she was saying, oh, somebody was her crush or something, Goldberg, I think. She was like, oh, Goldberg's my crush, and I was like, oh, that's a funny thing because you're my crush, and then she's like, oh, that's so sweet, and then she was like, give me a kiss right here. I went to give her a kiss. She turned around, kissed me on my lips.
Yeah.
WWE Diva. Amazing. I was like, this is like legendary, right?
That's better than anything I've accomplished in wrestling.
Boardwalk Beatdown was like spring break for wrestling.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to be you.
It was like in the middle. It was like at the end of the summer, and like it was. You know, we had the guys from
We got a party with these guys, you know.
guys
Like,
from Shot of Wrestling were there.
Yeah.
And like we were getting drunk with them, and he was Greeman. I mean, he was decked out. Yeah. Oh man.
Shout out to Green Man.
Shout out to Greeman and Mike.
MJP,
MJP. Michael J. Putty. I mean,
So I was getting kissed by Victoria. He's hanging out with Virgil.
yeah.
That's a win-win.
so it was a good day for everybody.
Good day at the office.
Yeah.
That is some rock star shit, bro.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Man. I loved it.
Hanging out with Virgil is the man. He's the man. I wish I could do that every day.
All right, so we told our crazy story. Do you guys have like any like, you know, crazy stories or like ribs, jokes, anything that you guys do? I'm pretty sure you guys gotta have something.
I can see
Butch Reed busted my chops hard as hell at
Natural?
SWF.
Oh, yeah?
The natural Butch Reed. So I'm like, you know, I'm doing my thing like, ladies and gentlemen, go sign autographs. We have Ron Simmons and Greg the Hammer Valentine and Butch Reed. So next thing you know, I'm talking to somebody and he's yelling across the room. I'm like, huh? What? He's like, go over here. So I come over here. He said, what did you call me? I said, I called you Butch Reed. He said, no, you called me Botch. I'm like, no, I said Butch.
Oh my god.
Oh man, you called him Botch.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing we were ever a part of, which big shocker, was World One. You know what I'm gonna say?
No.
So we're part of a Rumble. Okay. So we're in a Rumble.
This is a great story.
So we're part of a Rumble, and Keener, right?
Yes.
Michael Keener
yes.
is agenting the entire Rumble.
Yeah.
Okay, and he goes. I think what was it, 10 guys in the Rumble?
Yeah, and he was doing
So
his character.
he's number
was
one.
like Kid America
He's number
or something.
one. He's Kid America. He wears a mask. He's Kid America. And he goes around and explains. He puts together this entire Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
The promoter, right?
Yes, comes up to us.
And says, "All right, here's what's actually happening. We're messing with Keener. He's gonna strike, whoever's number 2, and they're just gonna fall out of the ring. Every guy who comes out is just gonna fall. You guys are numbers 4 and 5. You have to find a way to just fall out of the ring when you get in there.
He
Because
said by the time we went out there, he would catch on.
because he
what
would
was
catch
going
on to what was happening. So he's like, he's gonna grab onto you. You have to find a way to get away from him and get out of the ring. Just so because. It was literally just a minute and a half of him just standing in the ring waiting for the next guy, and he had no idea what
Almost
happened.
like the Shayna Baszler. And he's wondering why he's just punching a guy.
Yeah,
and he's falling over the
he
top
hits
rope.
the first guy, and he just falls out of the ring, and you just see his face, and it just stands there like shocked.
He had a mask on.
Second guy came in, and it happened again. TJ, the genius that TJ is. Do you remember what you did?
Yes, I remember what I did. I'll finish the story. So I come out and I realize there's no way I can, grapple him or do anything because he's gonna take me to the ground. I notice, and then that's it. Ribs up. It's like on my way to the ring. I go perfect. I'm gonna jump onto the second rope in post when I get in the ring. Well, I got on the second rope, and I tripped and fell over the top rope.
Oh yeah.
And then I ran in. And I just charged him, and by that point, he just sidestepped me, and I flew out. But
really?
the commissioner came in and restarted the rumble. Everybody got back in, and we did what we were supposed to do. But for those first 5, this poor guy is just like, it's just minute by minute having to stand there in the ring while everyone's just staring at him, cheering. Like it was. But building up to it, we're like, what do we do? Because this guy's and the promoter, no, you're doing what I told you to do.
You're gonna do what I told you to do, and go out.
I'm like, I thought, because we're not, we're not as close. We didn't. Were they messing with us? We were like, was this a rib on us? Like we didn't know what was going on. Like,
I can't beat that story. That's a good one. But mine's not a rib. Mine's actually going back on the Boardwalk beatdown. If you guys remember what I was doing that day, I was working with Northport Network, and we didn't realize how many gamers was actually there. So when we had our station set up for Mortal Kombat and all that stuff, Joey Janela showed up, and I didn't think of it like he's a cool dude with me. He's like one of the people. Like I got shout out to him for all his success. And next we're talking, we're kicking it. And I'm talking hella shit in the video games. That's one thing I'm humble, but I swear, video games is one thing I will talk so much shit. You cannot stop me. And all of a sudden, I got 2 kids from GTS trying to call me out. Got them recorded. I beat their asses and did their thing. Then all of a sudden, Jay Dillon stepped up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. We got this. We played Mortal Kombat. I believe it was Mortal Kombat 4. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna pick Sling Blade. I'm like, all right, cool. That's an easy character, whatever. Start playing, that man started kicking my ass. I was like, wait, hold on. I was legit like this. All right, I'm playing normal, cool. It was to the point where I had to start corner blocking this dude. Like, yo, you cannot breathe. I cannot let you get any space. And he looked like this, like, that's how you feel?
Like a Dave Chappelle skit. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
With the dying kid.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
It was like, what was it, NBA? Or something like
NBA
that.
Live.
Yeah, something like that.
Face, Billy.
Like it legit. Like then round 3, it was like the most. It looked like it was like a Naruto episode, like of Rock Lee versus Nara. Like it was like, and guess how I finished? With a light jab in the face.
Oh really?
You won? No, I lost. I was like,
That's usually how I finish too.
Oh my god.
and he just up, and then for some reason he
did you-
remembered the
maybe I should
finisher
get
for
this.
the bridge.
Yeah.
So he just like, I was like, God damn it.
Oh
Man,
man.
that was
It wasn't recorded either, but that was such a fun time.
Yeah, that was an awesome thing. It was a cool convention. If other people made their convention, not that they aren't cool, but that was just something special about that day. I mean, the atmosphere. I wish they would have another one because it was just awesome. The whole weekend was awesome, guys.
I think it might happen again. Just going to be with different people.
Yeah, I think it'd be kind of a cool place. It was awesome. It's just like you're in AC, it's like a playground for adults.
Of course, AC's fun as it is.
Yeah. So we gotta talk about this because I know you're really excited. Arcadia has been getting back in the ring as of late. I mean, you even teamed with him. You won the tag team gold with him.
The greatest light heavyweight in the world, Arcadia. Now you go.
Do you guys feel the same way about Arcadia getting back in the ring at Synergy and also at UWA Elite and stuff like that?
I mean, it's always great to have him around. He's a great guy. I saw upcoming. I believe he's in the most recent ECWA Super 8. So that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like having him around.
I think he's one of the best UWA champions that I've seen. Just his athletic ability and his ring psychology. He's very, very good.
He's AU.
And a great guy like TJ.
He's
said.
UWA Elite champion, right? Yeah, it's always interesting to see people who customize the belts. I like what Robbie did, put the stars on them, stuff like that. Corey, if you win that title, or Mike, what do you plan on doing with that title? Spinner?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'd probably basically turn it into a dumbbell.
Yeah.
Put the American flag on it. I can see that.
I mean, when I won the Iron Man title, I said I was going to rename it the Captain America title, but it didn't pan out.
Oh man, see?
I guess for me, I would want to be different. I actually would try to turn it into a medal.
Into a medal?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I do something like that because I'm starting to have this concept with the losses that I've been taking and these step backs that wrestling is a sport.
Yeah.
It's not much just a business.
Yeah.
And I'm taking pride. I'm taking back to pride of it. So
That's cool.
if I won that, it would be a medal. Would it be a cliche spinner medal? I don't know. Would it be like a Shane McMahon / Ted DiBiase type thing? I don't know yet. But when the time comes, it comes.
You gotta
Yeah,
get
I'm throwing curveballs out there.
What are you talking about?
You used to rock the belt on the chain, right?
Yes.
Around your neck, right?
Yeah, that's
there
cool.
we go. It's like the same thing, medal. Yeah.
You gotta get
Gangster
the.
rap.
All right, yeah, seriously, right?
Make that my ringtone. Rich is yelling gangster rap. See my text message.
The one thing I love when I talk around Seaway, I just make his face go like, what is he talking about? I just love doing. I do it on
Dude, he
purpose.
said he's talking about Shane McMahon and Ted DiBiase. I'm like, where did we go?
The money, bro.
Yeah,
It's
man.
money, bro.
It's
That's
money,
he
bro.
caught on, bro.
Those are the two that.
I love like it's never a rib, but I always talk when I talk around him. I always talk like it's a rib. I always say something.
I feel like it's a rib.
It's just a joke. You guys do you remember like when you guys like first met Corey or first met Rich?
Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, as I said, Rich, I instantly tried to like connect with him because Rich was the new ring announcer. Rich was my replacement. So like, not that I needed to, but like I helped him when I could. Corey instantly acts like he knows you for 1,000 years. And whether you want to or not, you're getting into a conversation with him, which isn't a bad thing because it's usually pretty entertaining. Like, but
Yeah, you find.
I'll find something.
Yeah.
I'll look around you, see what in common that we have, and I'm like, oh, there it is. I'm using it.
Rich, when Mike went over to you and gave you some advice in the beginning, how'd you feel about that? Being like the new kid on the block.
Oh man, it was crazy. I don't even remember what advice he gave me. To be honest.
he doesn't know what I'm talking about. He doesn't.
But being a new kid on the block, I probably got the best start that a ring announcer could ask for because Dave Swan was just like, oh yeah, man, we'll try. He's so laid back. He's like, yeah, we'll just try you out, man. And my next gig was the Middlesex County Fair, and the fair is a week long, so I had a whole week, to get acclimated, and to get my experience. If I made a mistake, I could just come back the next night, and it gave me a longer time to bond with everybody, with the whole roster, and so it was. That's what I recall for it, as opposed to if it was just one night, one show. Oh, it was okay. Well, you got to come back next month. So
The fair is like wrestling summer camp. Like
Yeah,
I had my first match in June of 2015, and then 2 months later, I wrestled like 14 matches at the fair, and really just got and some of them were awful, terrible. I was so bad, but I learned so much. It molded me big time. Who I got to work with and who I got to get in the ring with, and if I worked with you in that week, thank you.
yeah, and my learning curve would have been much slower if it wasn't for the fair.
Yeah.
I agree, definitely. 'Cause I remember when I had my first time going, I think I did like 6 matches, and all 6 matches were different, and I never had that experience before. And then the second year, I was a little more prepared because I got the blessing to work these 2 guys multiple times, and that's when I started realizing that this fair is actually way more impactful, not as for the company, but for us as individuals in the business, in the sport.
And it's cool because they bring in new fans, people who don't even know they like wrestling. They get to just see the wrestling matches with the price of admission, right?
We've had a lot of people that have seen us at the fair and then have consistently, continued to follow us and come to our shows after seeing us at the fair.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: as individuals, if you guys had a team up together in a 6-man tag, everyone.
He got our manager.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna ask Rich too. Who would you guys want to face individually, as a team? If you guys had a team up, and Rich, who would you want to see them face, being a spectator?
Like our dream opponents?
Yeah. So we'll start with TJ. You can pick any 3 people. To
Like
face.
UWA, UWA or
anything? Yeah,
Anywhere.
Yeah, anywhere. If you guys had a team, anytime, any place.
Oh, anytime.
And
That's
then-
so easy because I just think it would be Great match overall. If it was possible, New Day.
Yeah,
I like that.
that's cool.
I don't think Corey likes it, but I like it.
I already know I'm working.
Kofi?
Yeah. I prefer Xavier, but yeah.
I feel like they would give you Big E, 'cause, right?
I was thinking Big E too.
I don't have like I prefer Xavier, but yeah, I'll give you.
It's all right. We got a big C.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
The Big Evers.
The first group this is the first thing that came to my head because like if I could book a show and I wanted to see like me, Corey, and TJ match up with somebody, you're gonna like think I'm crazy for pulling this out of nowhere, but I would love to see Monster Mac, Louie, and Kyle KTB, the three of them across the
Oh
list.
man.
You want the heavy hitters
And KTB.
Wow.
Yeah. Why would?
What? That?
Yeah, that's
You
kinda
trying
I gotta shake your head.
I can hit.
I didn't
I
shake
can
your
hardcore,
head.
bro. But I
I've seen
think.
Monster Mac, right? He's
Yeah,
putting the walls.
Yeah.
I know he want me to go.
And I'm not gonna lie, Monster Mac intimidates the hell out of me, but I'd still step in the ring with him.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I'll never forget.
I have nothing to
love
worry about.
Monster
Quick,
Mac.
real quick
I'm not a
Monster.
wrestler, so.
Real quick Monster Mac story. I'll never forget. Back when I was ring announcing and interviewing, I was interviewing Mac and Louie, and Mac made me slouch down because I'm taller than him. And he's like, you're not allowed to be taller than me. So I had to stand there with this like wide stance while holding the microphone. You couldn't see my legs obviously with the camera, but like I had to stand this awkward wide stance just so I looked shorter than him while interviewing him.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's. I respect that.
You've
Monster
been
Mac.
traumatized ever since.
Yeah, exactly. Ever since he made me stand like that.
I would much rather have that than being thrown to a wall. So, I've seen him. Monster Mac has destroyed some people.
I think it was a promo I saw. Actually, I don't know if it was part of it, but he was ticking. The interviewer was pissing him off, and he started talking about it. He finished the promo, but out of nowhere, he threw him into like some type of trash or whatever, and they recorded the whole thing.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I was like, "Yo, this."
You said interviewer was pissing him off. I'm like, it wasn't me, was it? Like,
No,
I
you didn't
would know. I would have known, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you would know.
Trash.
Like this is me like doing my research. Cause remember, I didn't know nothing about indie wrestling when I first started.
It's crazy how smart he is too,
yeah.
and like a genuinely nice person. And so, with any success that he has, I'm always happy for him. And yeah, KTB too. I mean, that's kind of that's an awesome pick. And Louis, yeah, that's awesome, man.
I guess for me, I'm gonna go because I see us hitting bigger. Like if I had a chance to go on a road trip with you guys and we just did the roads, I wouldn't do it with anybody else personally. If I had to pick a tag team to work with,
Aww.
He's definitely had a couple.
I think you could do better, but all right. Like,
So I would do a weird, I guess, ROH type of team. There's actually two of them in my head. It'll be the Briscoes
cool.
and Jay Lethal.
Wow.
That'd be nice.
And then the other one, to be a little more modern, is actually Villain Enterprise.
Oh, that'd be
Okay,
nice.
that's cool.
That's how I see like us having that type of like match, and all of them would be based off us like just trying to get ourselves through the door, and they didn't think we can cut it. And
This
then-
dude said the New Day. What a mark.
They said anyone.
I'm proud. Listen, I ain't mad at them.
Go big or go home.
Rich, I
Man.
mean,
Let's get
you
the shield.
Could pick a team like Kane and Great Khali and Mark Henry. Who do you want to see getting these guys?
what?
Right? Yeah, that's a
Great Khali and Mark
Oh,
Henry.
God.
Rich,
Mark Henry,
Rich
Mark
wants
Henry,
Rich,
yeah.
I'm rolling Rock Henry quick.
Rich is
I said, how like
booking
this.
The great
Kelly
Khali.
Kelly, Victoria, and who's the third, Rich? who are you booking us against?
Trish Stratus.
And Trish Stratus.
Let me work Victoria.
Oh yeah,
So
we
I
were talking
can-
about Trish. That was our WCW.
Got a lot of WCWs, man.
Yeah, we got a lot, man.
No, you got a lot.
When
Not
you
me.
got Wednesday's a long day, you know.
Yeah, it's a long day. You gotta pick like every hour. You have to have a new WCW.
Oh man, you know what was a damn good triple team though? We're
Yeah.
going back, Demolition.
Demolition.
No way he was going with that.
Yeah, you do it.
Oh, you thought I was gonna?
I don't know. He was talking about Trish Stratus. You know who was really good at getting triple teamed? I was like, wait, what did he just say? Can I say that? I'm sorry if I can't.
I had to
Like-
hold it
Yeah,
back.
yeah, you can say that.
Now you're gonna make him go out ahead of the audience.
Hey, wait, Stacy Keebler.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's like the one wrestler for all you guys that like you guys idolize and like made you want to get into the business?
One?
Everybody has their favorite. You don't have a favorite?
Oh, I have tons of favorites, but picking one guy
Probably Virgil, right? I mean, it's pretty clear cut.
I don't think anyone's gonna say Virgil.
There's certain guys like that I emulate and like to study. Like the Miz and Dolph Ziggler are both two guys that I like to study a lot, and I think watching me, you could probably see that. Dan O'Brien I like a lot. As far as trying to create my own style off little pieces of them, I can't pick one guy.
Yeah, Corey.
For me, I same thing with what he said, but for true story purposes, the person that ignited me to say, "Hey, maybe it's possible," was Jay Lethal. Because I remember when I was playing college basketball and I was watching TNA when it first came out. The first match I saw was actually Jay Lethal, and he was being announced, and I was ignoring it. I was literally just hearing the crowd, introduction, doing my homework, and all I heard was, "From Elizabeth, New Jersey." What? Yeah. And I just looked at the TV and I saw him. Yeah. And then, ironically, like I said in that last interview, the next day when I went to talk to one of my best friends on the team, that's his brother.
Crazy.
So, like, to me, to this day, if it was for me seeing him, I wouldn't even have the thought. And the funny part is, I didn't even know where to go. And then karma fell to this opportunity for what I'm doing now. So
that's dope. Definitely dope. What about you, TJ? The New Day?
No, not the New Day. No, I would say probably overall wrestler that brought me into that wrestling universe would be Shawn Michaels. Just growing up, that was like when I first, 96 was when I first started getting into pro wrestling. So he's the top guy at the time, and dude, I think he's one of the greatest of all time.
I completely agree.
And just all around.
The moment that got me into wrestling, which I knew nothing about it, I was a kid, and someone said, "Hey, this guy used a fake leg to beat the other guy." And I was like, I have to watch this. It was Shawn Michaels and Diesel with Mad Dog Sean's fake leg. You hit him with it, and I'm like, I was hooked ever since. That was all it took. Like,
that's dope. What about you, Rich?
I guess it would be easy to say ring announcers like Howard Finkel or Michael Buffer, the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy. Yeah. But being that I'm a mic guy, anyone who's really good on the mic, even wrestlers like Jake the Snake. Yeah. Charisma wise and talking wise, him and Stone Cold are second to none. And as far as wrestlers today, of course, like Bray Wyatt is like the most charismatic guy, and like as far as just talking and charisma.
Sure. Quick question: do you guys miss the old Bray Wyatt cult character? Like in regards to how it was initially compared to this?
Yes and no, because this is pretty good, but I also miss the old Bray Wyatt.
Because like his live promos used to be so captivating. Like you're sitting in, like he could be in a ring and he's like a preacher, and you're legit just like. Yeah. I believe
the depths of that character, but at the same time, like you have to evolve. You can't do the same thing forever. Yeah. And he evolved, and the Fiend is one of the coolest things on TV in forever.
It's probably the most popular thing, and the thing about him, even when he does the Firefly Funhouse thing, like my wife watches wrestling here and there. Yeah, but she's going to WrestleMania. But we were watching SmackDown, and she was like, this was like a couple weeks ago. She was like, Bray Wyatt is different now? Like, she wasn't paying attention to it. But she saw his Firefly Funhouse segment, and she was like, that guy is really good. And, like, that's how I'm like, he's good at that. If a generic fan
and that's the key.
Can captivate her like that. She was just like, that was a really good promo.
That's the thing about Bray Wyatt. Even your least favorite angle of his is still damn good. Better than everyone else.
We had the Firefly Funhouse promos for a few months. Uh-huh. The once we got the Fiend at SummerSlam, the react it was we hadn't seen anything like that in forever. It was one of the coolest things in wrestling.
The biggest thing I saw was the fact that his lantern was his head. I'm sorry.
The music, the outfit, the mask, everything about it was amazing.
Except for the red light.
Yeah. The red light I didn't like.
Yeah.
The matches.
I'll take it.
That's one thing I didn't like.
I didn't like that. Him losing to Goldberg, I ain't like either. I'm just saying.
Well, he made Goldberg look strong.
Do you like? We all know now is you can have the craziest run in the world, but as soon as somebody says kneel, okay, it's all.
Talking about hedges again?
I catch that one. Good one. Good one.
You gotta bend the knee for him, right? You guys don't agree that he's the the best thing that ever happened in UWA Elite.
I can't believe he made a character out of Game of Thrones. That's the one thing I'm amazed by. No, of course not. But like the fact that he's created a good character, and it's a character he's needed for a while. I'm going to peel it back and say that. But yeah, no, he's
making people bend the knee.
I'll say this before this bend the knee situation.
It's like he was here. It was like he was here just now. That was great. Oh my god!
I was around long enough to know the voice. I'll say he was a major piece when it came to having a dominant force before I came in. I give him that. Yeah. You know, and then see how things evolve. See what he said. It's a perfect piece. I didn't put 2 and 2 together until like one guy said, I think it was you on Facebook. You put a King of Thrones meme. And I was like, God damn, he's taking it from a TV show.
Everything about it is from like.
I know, but I didn't realize it until he showed the meme on Facebook. I was like, crap, I gotta start watching TV again.
Did you guys get Disney Plus?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I get it free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks Verizon.
No.
Wait,
You don't have Disney Plus? What are you, terrorist? How do you have Disney Plus? Disney Plus is amazing.
You got Disney Plus.
Can I say that?
I don't think you can say
No.
I can't say that. I'm sorry.
I'm not alone.
What?
What do you watch? What do you watch?
things on there, man.
I watch Crunchyroll. Okay. I watch
Crunchyroll?
anime.
Maybe they don't watch. Maybe
I
they
watch
listen
Japanese.
to
I
Gangsta.
watch Konnichiwa, Takarimasu, and all that stuff.
That you can't say.
Can you say that?
What?
You can't say this on the air.
What? Do you know what Takarimasu means?
No.
What's that?
No.
Curse word in Japanese?
Yeah, is
No,
it?
it's
Is
just
it?
blessing the foods, like pray.
And that's the show?
Can you
No,
say
I'm
that?
just saying, watch shows
Oh,
that say
okay.
stuff like this.
I got you. I
Not
got
shows,
you.
like-
Okay. I got you. Yeah, nah. I'm gonna stick to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Dude, I just rewatched Boy Meets World, man, and they've got something for everything.
Disney
Like,
Plus on
They
there,
have
man.
Corey.
They have a lot of
they have
good stuff on
everything.
there. They own everything. Like literally everything they own.
Dude, every episode of The Simpsons, they own
Simpsons,
everything.
Everything is there.
It's like $6, bro. I'll get it for you for Christmas. Like,
I bumped it up. I got the Hulu.
Oh, yeah.
And ESPN, yeah. I was like, for $12, I was like, yo, for $22 a month, I got the WWE.
you know what it is? I have Hulu and Disney Plus. But I don't use ESPN. I don't watch
yeah.
ESPN.
I don't
Yeah.
use ESPN Plus either, but it's free.
But it's
Like,
more like for the
sports
Hulu.
there you want to watch now?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Like we're all wrestling heads. Like what sports are you going to really watch? What's the Super Bowl?
XFL.
Well,
basketball.
boxing, MMA.
I watch basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can watch that on Fox.
I'm a big football guy.
I mean, yeah, true.
You guys been watching the XFL?
I forgot the XFL was on. Like,
Yeah.
Aren't you in a fantasy league?
I am. Yes, I am. I am.
They're doing a lot better than last time, which I guess is not saying much, but they're hanging in there, right?
No, they
I
don't.
guess.
No, they're doing good. It's
The
just,
New
I
York Guardians
just
are the
laughed
best.
because
Right?
XFL decided to let the fans hear everything the coaches
Oh,
say.
yeah.
And to me, that's like, okay, for one side it's cool, but I'm like, yo, as a
you
football
doing?
fan, what the hell? Like, I can cheat.
That's what I was
Legit.
thinking.
But they,
You can literally be there and like
but
text somebody on the team.
but now they fixed it. So like you know how broadcast time back in the day they made it like
delay?
live.
A
Now
delay?
they delay it all the time. So you have like
Yeah.
5 to 10 second delay.
Oh.
So it's okay.
Well, that was
now.
after week 1 where it was they interviewed the dude on the field and he's like, yeah, we're effing doing our best, whatever he had said.
The best is like there's like
No,
a flag, right?
but
The guy's breathing.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude,
He's just
Speaking
watching
of being
the
mic'd
flag.
up,
Not in shape at all.
watching the chamber last night, I wish Asuka was mic'd up at all times because
Yeah.
her just ranting and yelling,
Asuka's
like
hilarious.
she's so
I thought
funny.
that
The
would've
best
been
thing there.
amazing content for their YouTube channel if they just mic'd her up during that whole chamber.
I want her
She's
mic'd up and
hilarious,
ranting
man.
like 24 hours a day. Like she's been at the supermarket just yelling at people. Like
She's hilarious.
What's the
Do you-
Did you see her channel?
I see it.
no.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
If
her
you
She
watch
channel-
does
her
that all
channel,
the time.
Watch her Instagram. It's
I
hilarious.
gotta check her out,
man.
dude. I was that was
the
entertaining.
best.
Like
I saw-
granted, like
She's the best, man.
She got like a rice pressure cooker, and she was like, "This is the old one, no good. This is the new one, much better."
She was just doing that with like Jigglypuff, and it was like a wine.
Oh.
He was like walking off the table. She's like, "Oh no, you're gonna fall!" And then he just fell off, and it was like it turned into like a cartoon of him falling
You
off
know-
a mountain. It was hilarious, man.
I'm
You know-
definitely gonna check that out.
You
I
know
mean,
what's
funny, man.
weird? Because she can do something like that, and then like 10 minutes later, turn
Rage.
in
Eat your face.
Yeah,
Kill
like
Bite me.
almost like Ronda Rousey, right? Like,
Bite me.
so you look so cute and innocent,
I was like, that pop.
pointing at WrestleMania signs, and then
Mhm.
you know, like 15 minutes later, she's like beating the crap out of like Triple H and Stephanie. You're like, What the hell?
Yeah, that Asuka smile
And
though is like
she
the,
really could though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Have you ever just looked at Asuka outside the wrestling? Outside of the gimmick?
You saying
No.
she's hot?
Fucking gorgeous. She's the housewife I always wanted.
not-
Oh my God.
Agreed.
down boy.
I'm a
Housewife. What?
I know. I got,
No, he knows.
Hashtag me too.
Yes.
No, I know what you said.
That one girl like that looks so good. That's like your girl that you always go out to dinner with. There's that one girl that.
Are you saying women shouldn't be in the workforce? Is that what you're saying?
Can we put this on the air? It's on the air. You tell me on blast. I'm not gonna go there. Wait, no, I'm a
That's not what he's saying.
Yeah, like manipulator, trolling. Anyway, yeah, like she's that kind of person. Where, like if I had lived the old school life, honey, I'm home type thing. If I saw her, she's like, "Fuck honey, I'm like this." Yes, honey. I'll cook tonight. Don't worry. I'll cook fried chicken.
Jesus.
I think we need to just turn the mics off.
we'll never get jobs again.
Right? We lost together. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, guys.
I can't wait. You know, Trip wants to sign Corey Dillinger, and Stephanie's like, he was on this podcast talking about fried chicken. I don't think we can sign.
And tell you, wouldn't you be housewife?
Don't you do
Oh man, Jesus. Well, that's what editing
Fried
is for.
chicken's pretty good. so.
God.
Do not edit this.
Do not edit anything, right? Just leave it natural. Jesus.
Because I'm getting rant by the people. That's enough to say.
Oh God.
Where did we go from here?
I don't know.
Where did we go?
We started with Disney Plus, and somehow it
We ended up talking about women and fried chicken.
But
Corey, I can't take you anywhere.
yeah,
No.
I love watching all the Marvel movies. I'm sure you do.
I've seen a few.
He's in a couple
yeah,
of them.
yeah, it's true. You know, TJ, you don't dabble once in a while to watch some superhero movies?
I love the superhero movies.
Yeah.
Big into the Marvel universe.
What did you guys think about
no love
Endgame?
for
Did you guys
DC?
see Endgame?
Endgame was a masterpiece.
Yes. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. See it? Oh, man, Rich.
Everything today.
Come on, Rich.
I'm like, I'm telling you, man. I have so
Go
much
over it.
catching up to do. Like, I used to be a
Some
movie
good
buff.
movies, man. Some good movies.
You know what this is? This is a united front. That's what this is right here.
For those who can't see, they're staring at me.
Glaring.
I did put Black Panther too on it.
I'm switching over. Still movies, but I need to know. Did anybody see Sonic?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
saw
I love-
Sonic?
Yes.
No.
Did Jim Carrey do justice?
He did a phenomenal job. I think the whole movie just nailed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was kind of
good?
skeptical.
I'm getting some
about
people
seeing
saying
it.
it.
Yeah,
It didn't
I
do a
would
good
recommend to go
job.
see it, and there's a nice
like
little...
Sonic sucked. I'm like, okay, I can see
Nah,
Sonic. I
I
see
was-
Sonic being like a little
It's-
off.
I was afraid
But-
they'd butcher it, but
I
No,
can see
I
his
thought it
face.
was-
Oh, Rich, you saw Sonic?
of course not.
I swear to God, if you told me you saw Sonic, you didn't see Avengers Endgame, I was going to
Rich,
throw something.
what's the last movie you've seen?
That's not a
I,
question.
actually, I saw a nice serious one. I saw what's that movie with Michael B. Jordan, the
That's
lawyer,
Creed?
Just
the lawyer.
Mercy.
Oh, just okay,
Black Panther.
Yeah.
No, the one who was a lawyer.
When he was a lawyer
in Mississippi.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a lawyer in Mississippi.
Black
Jamie
Panther?
Foxx.
Yeah.
It was a good
It's
movie.
a classic. Like,
I didn't even know the name of it. How good could it have
Just
been?
Mercy. I said
Oh,
Just
my
Mercy.
bad. Sorry.
I just live in Mississippi.
Come here.
What was the last movie you saw, TJ? You got
Last
the A,
movie
you got
was
the A-lister, right?
The Invisible Man.
How was it?
It was very good. I would recommend that too. I went into that movie with not high expectations. I said I really should have went in there with a higher expectations of how good it was.
TJ movie critic.
Yo, what happened with emails with TJ, bro? What
Oh,
happened to
checking
that?
emails with TJ Blake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you did. What happened?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
You had a
I like
YouTube
that,
show. I
man.
forgot.
Yeah.
You actually.
I subscribed to that.
I liked it.
Yeah. That stuff was all off the cuff. So like, if I came up with an idea, I would just do it, and then like, the creative juices just weren't there, so I didn't want to just produce crap.
Gotcha.
So if I come up with something good, maybe an episode will come up every now and then. But life's busy, so it takes a lot to film. It was all me filming, editing, and everything, putting it all together.
Tripods for days.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yes.
You came to my house and you were like, you were knocking. What you were
Oh,
knocking?
you need
my,
to fix my laptop.
I was gonna. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You're like, I thought you were like delete my cookies or something like that. I just-
I couldn't get my laptop to turn on.
right. You couldn't get it turned on, so you came to my house.
But good news is I purchased a new laptop. So
That was the big climax of the show.
yeah.
So would you know how to be able to fix a laptop?
No.
No. Okay,
Absolutely not.
that's-
I can barely turn on my TV.
I figured I gotta
I
ask
can.
around, you know.
Rich, are
You
you
could
tech
ask
savvy?
me.
I'm average Joe.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I went to NJIT, so I have to know something.
All right, that's fair.
Did you really?
I graduated from there.
Good for you, man.
Oh man. Well, guys.
Remember that time we wrestled at the fair and we busted open Hedges?
Oh God.
Yeah.
He's still
My
late.
bad. That one's on me.
Oh, so you take the heat? You take the
No,
win
that
now.
was on Hedges. Get out of here. That was on
No,
Hedges.
you take it before you say no, man. That was
Real
you
quick,
put your head
I know
wrong.
we're going to close out, but this is a real quick story. The four of us wrestled at the fair, right? And we're looking for weapons for this match.
And we were also looking for Corey and Hedges the whole
But
day.
the whole time we couldn't find
Dude,
them.
you got hair hanging from your beard. Little size of freaking thing.
I think it's here. So I just looked for the garbage in my trunk, and I had a framed picture of of dogs playing poker.
I remember that.
That my brother had given me for Christmas like 6 years prior, and he wanted to use it for the match. Like, oh, we'll put a John Cena picture in it, and we'll break it a little bit. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. This thing's pretty hard. I don't think we should do this because even trying to break it a little bit was tough. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. He goes, no, it'll work. And sure enough, we put the spot together and we get in there and. TJ breaks the picture over his head, and I'm like, I look over and just covered in blood. I was just like,
I really upset a fan that day. He really yelled at me. He said I disrespected John Cena.
Oh man.
I just remember just
So he
saying,
didn't even care about Hedges. He was
No, he did. He cared that I broke a picture of John Cena. He said I should never disrespect the champ like that.
I was just like, oh shit, Hedges,
Never
you all right?
Never did it
again.
I saw that. I looked at the corner. I'm like this. Well, yeah, I'm going to carry this whole match right now. I legit. That was the first thing came in my head.
Hedges' reaction was
that
the
he was
best.
not going to make it.
Hedges'
Yeah.
side of the story was, and I'll say, because he had his people from his job at Top Golf there. So his first immediate reaction was, oh no, I'm bleeding on the ring. And then he saw his people from the job. He's, oh no, my job. And then he saw Dave coming to the ring, and he's like, oh no, Dave, I'm gonna get in trouble. Apparently, that's where his mind went.
That's funny.
Man, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we shared some laughs.
I stayed up past my bedtime for this.
Yeah, man. And I just want to say, like I said in the beginning of the show, thank you guys so
Yes,
much for the
thank you.
support that you
Thank
give
you.
to everybody.
Yes.
Thank
You
you
know, we
guys.
love you guys.
Like
man.
without you guys, we wouldn't have any extra publicity or us being noticed without you guys.
Guys, make sure you subscribe. This might be our last episode.
Thanks to
Kicks him
Corey.
off.
Corey.
We'll start with Corey. Corey, where can people get you on social media if they want to connect with you?
Honestly, man, you can just Google my name and you'll find me. CoreyDillinger. You'll find all of them: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Awesome. Now, Rich.
I have a public Facebook page, Rich Reed, the People's Voice, and also on Instagram, I am Rich Reed 7. Because I guess there were 6 Rich Reeds before me, so. And probably any variation of anyway. Yeah. So
All right.
there you go.
Oh, my turn. I'm Mike Seaway. I am who I am. I'm Mike Seaway on Facebook, Mike Seaway on Instagram. Can I plug something real quick?
Yeah.
These guys are going to be in Tampa April 4th for WrestleMania weekend, obviously. But April 4th, UWA Elite, Gold Rush, South River. The Brotein Pack will be there defending our tag titles. So Gold Rush, April 4th, South River. Hope to see you guys there.
You better be there.
Yep, and me on all the socials. I got everything. Just search TJ Blade. You will find me. I'm on all the socials.
All the socials.
All of them.
One more thing I have to add. Hey, see, I know you'll be happy about this. So you know how cosplay is getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yes.
I got picked to be
Luke-
superhero.
Luke Cage, I saw that. That was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
Nice.
Okay, that's the dude, man.
That's some racist shit, but fine. Like,
All right, we got to get the.
we gotta go. We gotta go. Wrap
Now
it
we're
up,
going to
wrap
get
it up.
canceled. Now we're going to get canceled.
I'm so sorry.
Our word.
Edit it out. Guys, thank you.
Wrap this
Yeah,
up.
guys, this has been Wrestling IQ 101. You can listen right here on YouTube, or if you type in Wrestling IQ 101 on iTunes, you'll see our banner and you'll see past episodes, new episodes, future episodes like this one. And for us, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wrestling IQ 101. And thank you guys again for taking out the time and sharing some interesting stories.
Yes.
We are out.